Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do a tag video. I have been tagged by Kim at the Bookshelf Bunny here on YouTube to do the Moody Reader tag. So let's get started with the Moody Reader tag. The first question is, do you consider yourself a mood reader? I don't think that I consider myself to be a mood reader. Like, I don't have to be in a certain mood to read a book. Like, I don't have to be sad to read a sad book, or happy to read a happy book, or scared to read a scary book, or anything like that. So no, I know that I have to want to read. I do go through periods where I'm just not feeling it. That's a whole different thing, I guess. I wouldn't classify that to be like a mood reader per se. Let me know down in the comments if that classifies as a mood reader or not. Second question is, do you set TBR lists and do you stick to them? Recently, yes, I have started making TBR lists, as you will see in my July TBR and my August TBR videos. I have been trying to stick to those lists. I do know for August I have added a few books to that TBR list, but for the most part I have stuck to it, which I will talk more about in my wrap up at the end of the month. Do books affect you emotionally? Does the mood of a book rub off on you? So for the first part, do books affect me emotionally? I would say maybe somewhat. It really depends on what kind of a book it is. Like, if it's a incredibly sad book, then perhaps it would make me feel a little bit sad. Have I sat and cried while reading a book? I don't think so. Maybe felt a little emotional, but for the most part, same with movies. I don't tend to get super emotional to a point of like crying or being like super happy or being really scared. Books and TV shows don't really, if they're scary, they don't really scare me very much. However, I guess with happy books, like if they're funny, I tend to laugh out loud. So I would say somewhat, but not very much. And does the mood of a book rub off on me? Once again, I would say somewhat. It really depends on the book and the content of the book. If it is a book that is very triggering, maybe has some hard topics within the book, then maybe, like if it's a book about depression, I might feel a little bit down after reading it a little bit, but not so much that it really affects me a lot throughout my day. When you're feeling sad, what do you read, or do you not read when sad? So when I'm sad, I don't usually read. What I would do is I would probably have a nap. Maybe I would just kind of lay in bed and maybe flicker through YouTube or something like that. If I'm sad, I don't tend to really have the motivation to read, so that would be a no for me. Most often, do you use reading to escape, to learn, or to critically reflect? I would say that I use reading to escape. Most of the time, like if I'm reading in my spare time, it is to escape more so than it is to learn or reflect at all. I've been through school and I've been through university, so I would have to read to learn, but like leisurely in my own time, I prefer to read just to escape reality and find myself in a wonderful fantasy land. What is a book that made you laugh out loud? Oh boy. I would say recently a book that's made me laugh out loud. I've been reading some of the Lemony Snicket books, the series of unfortunate events, and some of the crazy stuff that happens to the Baudelaire children. I've kind of laughed out loud to some of the things there. I've just kind of like given a little chuckle here and there. But other than that, I can't really think of anything at the moment because I haven't really read a lot of comedic books lately or even recently that I can really remember. Most of the books I read are like mystery thrillers, so there's not really a lot of comedy. But yeah, that's probably the most recent. What is a book that has made you cry, or if you don't cry, one that really moved you? Going back to the I don't cry usually through books, I would say a book that like kind of moved me, I would say, was 5 Feet Apart. I read it probably about 2 years ago, or at least a year and a half ago, so it's been a little bit of time and I don't have the best memory. It was quite a sad-ish tale. If you have not read it, I don't want to give away any spoilers. That's probably a kind of story that I guess has moved me a little bit or made me feel a type of way. What is a book that you didn't even know how you felt about? Recently, I can definitely say that would be My Dark Vanessa. I've spoken about it a few times. I don't know how I felt about it at the end. I can definitely say that's all I'm gonna say is yeah. Yep. Are you more likely to read on a sunny day or a cloudy day? I don't think it really matters. Sunny days I tend to stay inside, and cloudy days I stay inside, so it doesn't really matter. I am not an outside person, so if it's sunny and I want to read, I'll read. If it's cloudy and I want to read, I'll read. You usually set the mood when you read: music, lights, smells, etc. No. Generally, if I'm going to read, I usually crawl in bed, because that's where I'm most comfortable when I read, and read. If I want to read, I read. Doesn't matter where. I don't have to have like a specific scent going or like background music or ambiance or anything like that. No, if I want to read, I'm just going to read. And the final question is, can you leap from book to book, or do you need buffer time between them? Generally, I can leap from book to book. If I finish a book, I oftentimes want to pick another one up right away, especially if it's on my pile of I want to read books. I don't always need buffer time in between, but of course it does depend. If it's a book that I had a really hard time getting through because it was a slow read or something like that, sometimes that will make me feel like I don't want to read right away. I need like a day or a week or something, just because I felt like the previous book like took a lot out of me to try and finish. Sometimes I'm just like, it's like a sigh of relief finishing that, and I can jump into a new book right away because I'm excited to start reading something that might grab my attention more. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you are interested in doing the Moody Reader tag, go ahead and do it. I don't have any specific people I'm going to tag in this video, but if you do this, shoot me a message with your response. I'd love to see if you are also a Moody reader or not. You can also comment in the comment section down below and let me know if any of these questions apply to you, or if you're a Moody reader yourself. Do you set the tone before you read a book? Let me know. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. It would help me out a ton. I'm hoping to get to 100 subscribers very soon, and if you could do that for me, that would be great. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.